Good morning, all. Welcome to the SIHRA webinar on South India hotels. Today we have great properties from Tamil Nadu. One is in the border of Tamil Nadu, between Tamil Nadu and Kerala, amongst a beautiful eco place, which is called Anantya Resorts near Kanyakumari. And the other one is, again, it is a seashore in Chennai. It is Mamallapuram. Mamallapuram is a great destination that everybody knows about. Mamallapuram, I don't need to give any introduction. So we have Grande Bay Resorts from Mamallapuram. Grande Bay Resorts, Mamallapuram is represented by Mr. Sam. And Anantya Resorts is represented by its director, Lavanya. So I welcome both of you, Lavanya and Sam. And so first we will have the presentation of Grande Bay Resorts. I would like to introduce Sam. Sam is a great hotelier, worked with various chain of hotels for the past 23 years in the hospitality industry. He worked including Taj, Radisson, and Choice International and Best Western hotel chains. Presently, he is with Grande Bay Resorts, heading as a general manager, and very enthusiastic characters, and he will be all the way to help everyone if you really start getting in business. So over to Sam. Sam, you can talk about Mamallapuram and the Grande Bay Resorts. Either Mamallapuram is ready to receive the clients, and what is your preparedness to receive the clients? So you can take 20 minutes to explain our audience, Sam. Over to you, Sam.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much, Mr. Sundar, for giving this opportunity and present myself and the place where I work. I represent Grande Bay Resort and Spa, Mamallapuram, near to Chennai, which is 60 kilometers away from Chennai, and it is one of the most travel attraction point, liked by many domestic and international travelers, the same alike. Let me just take a quick glance about Grande Bay Resort and Spa, and then I will talk a little bit about the tourist location and the new protocols that are likely to be introduced and that is being followed at present in Mamallapuram. I welcome you all to Grande Bay Resort and Spa in Mamallapuram. Grande Bay Resort is ideally located at the entrance of Mamallapuram, and all these tourist attractions in Mamallapuram are very close by to the resort. The moment you enter the resort, you will see a very vibrant, bright boutique resort, which is contemporary and very modern. And you will also have a look at the resort. It's more ventilated, and we introduce a lot of natural ventilation, and they're very eco-sensitive resort. From the lobby, you will enter the resort through a staircase, and the moment you enter get into the staircase, you will see lots and lots of greeneries, birds moving around, ocean waves, and many things are likely to, you can visualize and sense it. We are spread out on a 15 acres of landscape, with most of the area is given for lawns and landscapes, and on that they are nestled with 44 rooms. We have in total 3 room categories, which is the Grand Studio, the Grand Chalet, and the Grand View Play. All the rooms are surrounding the pool, and this is how you will visualize the moment you enter the resort. You will see lots and lots of greeneries, coconut trees, and many more plants to move around. The room which you see right now is our Grand Studio. All the rooms will have a sit-out in front with a private balcony and a sit-out area behind. Our pool is a major attraction, and if you could visualize that, the entire rooms are surrounding the swimming pool. The first category which I spoke about is the Grand Studio. We have in total 20 numbers. On that we have 10 double-bedded rooms and 10 twin-bedded rooms. We have different color concepts in each room. You will see colors like yellow, green, red, maroon, and orange, and flashy colors with a tea garden behind. This is the next category, the Grand Chalet room. Here the rooms are really spacious. The base category itself will start with 525 square feet, and this room is close to 700 square feet of size. All the rooms are well laid, very modern. The amenities includes minibar, an 40-inch LED TV, and very westernized washroom and bathroom facility with walk-in shower cubicles. This is our prime category room, which is called the Grand Dew Play. We have in total 13 numbers, and on that we have double 11 and twin 2. The uniqueness of these rooms are ideal for a family. A family with grown-up kids can enjoy a private room in the loft. The loft has got its own sofa cum bed. The room is almost 900 square feet of size. It has a sit-out in front, a balcony on the top, and also a tea garden behind. This is our grand chalet sea view room. We have in total 3 numbers. It is right in front of the ocean, and all the 3 rooms are interconnected to each other. So, if you have inquiries for a larger family or a group of friends who would like to have a private, exclusive room space, this room would be the best choice for them to look at it. We also house with a spa and a gym. We operate with a modern spa, and we are into bodies and regeneration therapy. I just want to explain my happiness, stating that we have acquired a new beach space right in front of the Bay of Bengal Ocean. That is almost 2.5 acres of a landscape, and we have built in a 65,000 square feet of a beautiful outdoor lawn with a lounge attached and also a nice beach front with all those umbrellas and other things for the customers to enjoy the sunrise and sunset, and they can also see the dolphins moving around on the sea. And you can also visualize lots and lots of fishermen doing the fishing and boating. And even in the morning walks, if you walk around the beach, you can reach the seashore temple in less than 10 minutes time. And you can also see how the people are walking around and how they have the livelihood happening in and around Mamallapuram. Our pool is the center of attraction. We have a large pool, and we have come up with more of a white and chrome concept. The pool is contradictory. It is really colorful with all colors, and we have a peacock feather tiles laid out below the pool. And whoever swims, they will get mesmerized when they swim through the pool. Also, I just want to share the organic garden which we grow ourselves. In fact, we grow our own herbs, and we also grow our certain vegetables that are being used daily in our menu. I'm sure you could visualize brinjals, ladyfinger, and the small chili varieties which are quite popular in this place. We also have a garden with lots and lots of mango trees, chiku flowers, and pomegranate. Name it, you will see lots and lots of tropical fruits that are grown in our garden. This is Mukundanayana temple. In fact, this is the center of attraction for our resort. We are just right in front of Mukundanayana temple. This has been handled by the ASI, and it is not given for public to view, but from the resort, one can very well see this Mukundanayana temple walking very close to the location. For customers to give a live experience, we do conduct a lot of live cooking demonstration. If people are interested and you have a small group or a larger family who wanted to interact with our kitchen team and have a lively experience, they can very well do. Also, we allow our guests to go to the vegetable garden. They can pick up their vegetable. They can come and approach our team. We can make whatsoever vegetable which is possible to that source of supply. Other facilities around Mamallapuram, like you can travel Mamallapuram through bike or cycling. Inside the resort, we do have an exclusive yoga space. And for the kids, we have introduced a new splash pad where the kids can go and play and use the splash pad effectively. This is one of the most entertaining features currently at Grande Bay Resort and Spa. Now, I just want to take a few minutes about our restaurant. Latitude 49 Restaurant Deck is very popular within people of Chennai, and also a tourist who visits Mamallapuram. People like Mr. Kannan and Mr. Sundar and many other travel agents supports us with lots and lots of groups who come for a day visit. They come and dine at the place. Our fresh catch is very popular, and we are very strong in a global cuisine. Let it be an Asian menu or a continental menu. We are here to serve the best to the needs of your guests and customers. We have in total 100 air-conditioned seating cover, and the restaurant is attached to a deck that can take additional 40 covers. And evenings are really popular, especially after 4 o'clock when the breeze sets in, and that place totally changes a lot. It is pretty cold and breezy, and I'm sure the guests whoever comes in, they will enjoy the facility which is available around. This is our bar. It's called the Quintina Bar and Lounge. It's a very small, cozy bar attached and to the restaurant. So people whoever wanted to try their own cocktails, mocktails, or any other drinks, they can very well procure through the bar. Grande Bay Resort is not only a boutique resort. We also have a good conference and meeting facilities. We have multiple indoor and outdoor venue. We do have a conference facility starting from 3,000 square feet size, which can take up to 150 people in cluster seating. If at all somebody want to do a social event or any marriages or any informal functions, we can cater to both people who are looking for more of indoor venue and more or any of outdoor venue. And with the new COVID norms, I'm sure we see a lot of people who are opting out to go for a short drive and have a small events or a family gatherings. And if they are looking at an outdoor space, we have multiple outdoor space which can take care of everyone's requirement. We are also good in weddings now, since we are very nice, we are very boutique. A small weddings with the current COVID trend, 100 or 50 people, this resort is the best choice for us. Just imagine, you are holding the entire 40 rooms. That means you are holding the entire resort, and the entire space are exclusively to you. Thinking somebody coming and moving along with your people who are very close to each other. As you could see, we are right in front of Mamallapuram. The important tourist attractions in Mamallapuram are very close by, and they are within the vicinity of 1.5 kilometers. Let it be Shore Temple or the famous Butter of Arjuna's Penance, Krishna Mandapam, Lighthouse, Verandas. Everything is accessible. People who stays in our resort, they need not look out for an alternate vehicle tomorrow. They can go by walk. They can see what is happening in Mamallapuram. They can do shopping, and the stone sculptures and carvings are very much famous and popular. You can have a great bargain price negotiating with those vendors and buy whatever you like to buy. I'm sure, as you all are aware, since September 1st, Tamil Nadu government have allowed us to function hotels and resorts in Tamil Nadu with certain norms we are supposed to follow. I just want to give you a 100% assurance that we fall in line with what the current COVID terms is being given. We do not operate the entire resort in full strength. In fact, we are cautiously keeping the resorts in a smaller number so that we don't encourage or we have too much of walking footfalls coming and going. And anyone who steps into the resort, they are bound to have a thermal screening, all those things. And our team is trained to handle the current COVID terms, that assurance and guarantee which we can give. If you're looking for a contactless check-in experience, very much possible. If you want to have a dining in your room, you want to have your own safe and secure place, very much possible. The restaurant, as I said, the 100 covers, we just keep 30 or 40 covers available for the customers to use and use the facility. If someone wants to have an exclusive guest, yes, we have a deck available. They can go dine exclusively. If at all somebody wants to come in a small group and would like to have their food in the restaurant, that is possible. Cautiously, what we have done, we are not promoting buffet at this moment. So everything which is available in the resorts are a la carte, or if someone wants to have a sort of a pre-plated menu, that is also very much possible. We encourage our customers to handle their own luggage. If at all they want to have the food served in the table, our team is being trained, and we have identified certain manpower only to handle the guest, and we have a separate people who can take care of the cleanliness and other aspects. We follow what the government has been told in terms of cleaning, in terms of hygiene, in terms of the overall aspects of COVID sensitivity. And just want to let you know, this is my address and my contact number and email ID. If at all, if you have any requirements, you can very well contact me. And people from this travel trade, people who are domestic handling agents and people who are in down south are most welcome to approach me for any rates or any rate specific or any special favors which you need to do. Tell us, let me know. I would be happy to amicably work along with you and see how we can mutually survive each other. People from down south, I'm sure right now we do not have a permission from other states to travel inside Tamil Nadu as a tourist, but there is no restriction for people within Tamil Nadu to move around. I'm sure we both should mutually use this as an opportunity to promote each other, and we can somehow sail through. I'm sure the next 6 months is going to be the most challenging factor for us. If at all, if we all can work together, and I'm sure now it is going to be a best year ahead. That is how I wanted to close my conversation. To give a small brief about Mahabalipuram in terms of COVID preparedness. See, Mahabalipuram is a very small town. It runs mostly with a floating population. If you look at the overall population of Mahabalipuram with the locals, is close to 20,000. Whoever comes and goes are mostly tourists. Right now, with a limited restrictions of people moving, people visiting Mahabalipuram, we see good footfall still coming from Chennai, and I am seeing quite a few number of people from Coimbatore, Tirupur, Madurai visiting Mahabalipuram. Right at the moment, tourist access is denied. That doesn't mean that nobody can step into Mahabalipuram. People can very well walk into Mahabalipuram. They can view all the monuments from outside. The only small glitch what we have currently is you cannot buy a ticket, get inside the monumental location to view. But otherwise, you can look at the seashore temple or Krishna's waterfall from outside. So you may not be feeling that you have stepped into a tourist place, but you ended up not seeing anything. That will never happen in Mahabalipuram. People can very well go. If you want to venture into the ocean, you can venture into the ocean. Even the local communities are trying the level bus to support the tourists. If you want to go for deep sea fishing, it's possible. If you want to go for boating, it is possible. And if you want to spend time doing some sort of a scuba diving or any other game activities, it is very much possible. That is how I just want to give you the guarantee and the reassurance to whoever watching. Please feel free to contact me. I'm here to support you. And in Mahabalipuram, the local collectorate, the revenue inspector, everyone is taking utmost care to make sure that whoever steps into Mahabalipuram are treated well and they are sent back with some good memories. Thank you so much once again for giving this opportunity. I would personally thank SIHRA and Mr. Sundar to allow me to give a brief about the resort and about the tourist location which I am currently present for. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Sam, for the lovely presentation. So probably you can touch upon in the question and answer session, like what is the other possibilities from Mahabalipuram? So we have been selling Mahabalipuram for ages, the monuments and all that. Of course, the monuments can be visited by seeing from outside, also possible. But the point that what one can do around Mahabalipuram, so probably you can touch upon that in the question and answer session. So I request you to switch off your share screen so that other presenters are visible. Yeah. And I welcome our Kannan sir. I think he has got a technical snag earlier, so he was supposed to moderate. So I did the makeshift arrangement to replacing his role. Welcome, Kannan sir.
Good morning. Good morning to all. Good morning to all.
Yeah, Kannan sir doesn't need any introduction. Kannan sir runs a company called Kannan Tours and Travels. He is a chemistry graduate way back from 1969 batch, and then he has been working in various organizations, including a hotel from 69 to 1981. 1981, he started a company, his own company, which is an agency for Singapore Airlines. That is the #1 company which is handling the Singapore Airlines in South India. And then he started concentrating on the inbound tourism from 1986 onwards. So there could be a lot of youngsters here in this audience. Probably we all can use his expertise in the South India, because he has been bringing tourists from German market. He has been unshakable agent for studios for so many decades. So we request Kannan sir to take over and introduce our next panelist and carry on the webinar, sir. Thank you.
Good morning to all of you. Sorry for the delay because I have a internet problem. But anyway, the Grande Bay has finished, but I just want to add a few things on the Grande Bay. Grande Bay, the promoters, Mr. Janagiraman or Janardhanam, he was started his first hotel in Mahabalipuram called Mamala Lodge in 1959 with a restaurant. I used to go there with the group. Their masala dosa and filter coffee was excellent. From there, they shifted to Grande Bay. Then they have two restaurants in Chennai, which cater to Chinese and multi-cuisine restaurant in Chennai. They are doing very well at the restaurant. And they are pioneers. In fact, from 1956, they were catering to the tourists. And the Grande Bay service is excellent because I've used it. They really stand in the hospitality industry, really a grand one. So I thank you, Sam, for that. And regarding the another resort is Anantya Resort, which is now in Kanyakumari district near Nagarkovil, and which is very close to Padmanabhapuram Palace, which is one of the beautiful palaces in Kerala. And Anantya is one of the beautiful resort which is melted with Kerala and Tamil Nadu style in their property. And you don't need a wake-up call in their hotel because the birds will wake you up. Because they got a very good, it's a kind of a situated in a village near, it's called Khalil village. It is situated in Chittar Lake. It's more or less a lake resort. They have about 21 rooms with 4 categories of rooms. And it's a beautiful resort. I think now for COVID time, it's the best place to go and relax there because according to Dr. Fahim Yunus of head of infectious disease clinic, University of Maryland, USA, he gives certain tips. In that, the very important tips he gives is immunity is greatly weakened by constant staying in sterile environment. Even if you eat food that strengthen immunity, please leave your home regularly for any park or beach. Immunity is strengthened by exposure to pathogen, not by sitting at home and consuming fried, spicy, sugar foods and carbonated beverages. So he gives advice to you, don't sit at home, go out. And only thing is, wear a mask, keep a social distance, and then you are free. Don't worry about COVID. COVID is like by any disease, like malaria or any disease. The fear and panic makes you more sick. So what we should do is we should educate the public, educate our clients that they have to go periodically to certain beach resorts like Grande Bay or to the resort in Nagarkovil, which will really make you feel happy. And I'm very sure Anantya has got a very good name because it is a name derived from Upanishad. It is a name in Upanishad when they describe Devi Durga, Parameswari, it says Anantya. Anantya means endless, powerful. So I'm sure that those who go to Anantya Resort will have endless pleasure, endless happiness, and they will come with a powerful mind. With this word, I request Lavanya to present their property to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kannan sir. With that introduction, I think I don't need to say anything more about Anantya. You have done my job for me. I should just say bye-bye, everybody. I'm done. But thank you.
No, Lavanya, you have to tell about a lot of activities you have in your hotel. Please tell that to the people because we all do not know. Because I really appreciate Sundar and SIHRA for bringing hotels after hotel to the floor for the tourists, for the tour operators to know about hotel, especially during COVID time. We should know what are the precautionary measures each hotel is taking and how they are going to do right from check-in to check-out, and what are the precautionary measures they taken in the public area, in the swimming pool, in the restaurant. All these things we should know. Then only we can educate our client, make them feel happy, make them more confident that they can go. So you have a lot of activities. Please go ahead and do that.
Thank you, Kannan sir. So first, let me say, SIHRA and Sundar sir, thank you so much for this opportunity. I think it's a great platform for hoteliers to be able to showcase their places, especially in these times where we can't go to travel agent offices and meet everyone. Travel is so restricted. This is a great platform for us to be able to interact and give our information about our property. So let me just share my screen first. My So I hope everybody can see my screen. So just
Yes, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
just like Kanan sir mentioned, this is Anantya Resorts. It's a boutique property right at the edge of where Kerala and Tamil Nadu meet, very much down south. We are in Kanyakumari district, but not by the beach side. We are on Chittar Lake, which is not a popular tourist destination. It is an offbeat place where we have found a spot which we think should be showcased to everyone because there is much to do and enjoy here and a lot of local flavors to be presented to your travelers. It is a fairly new property in as much as 7 years old. Like Anant also mentioned, you will see a lot of interaction between Tamil Nadu and Kerala architecture and the design and the style of the buildings, the typical Kerala style roofs, brickwork, but pillars, stone pillars, which will remind you a lot of Tamil Nadu architecture. So a lot of bridge between architectural styles, cultures, and influences you will see when you walk around the property. Let me first tell you the location-wise and connectivity. For Anantya is right down here in the south, so it is about an hour and a half from Kanyakumari, rather an hour and 10-15 minutes really. And Trivandrum is the closest international airport, which is right behind this name. It's about 1.5 hours from Trivandrum. In these COVID times and post-COVID times, we're seeing most people preferring to travel by road and self-drive. So all potential possibilities are your Tamil Nadu major cities, also major cities in Kerala for your drivable distances. For instance, Trivandrum is only an hour and a half away. Madurai is 5 hours on the Tamil Nadu side. Salem is 7, Coimbatore is 8, Shivakashi is 4. So all this belt, it's a very drivable distance. A slightly longer drive would be like Chennai and Bangalore, where you could consider a single day's drive to Anantya. It is a longer drive, about 10, 12 to 14 hours, that range. Or you could consider a stop in Madurai for a night and then proceed on to Anantya beyond that and reverse it the same way going back up. So those are very drivable possibilities from Anantya. And I am seeing flights opening up, people are traveling. So anywhere your Mumbai destination, Mumbai travelers can still fly into Trivandrum and then come down to Anantya beyond that. We arrange for our own taxi service to pick up the guest. So there is the assurance of safety and hygiene because it is the resort's own taxi which is going to receive the guest. And this is what you arrive to. It is a 1,000-acre rubber plantation. This small area here, which is 10 acres, is the only one which has been converted into the resort. There are no other properties around. There are no other local homes around either, because of which the number of interactions with people is less. Your safety is higher. We are happy to report that none of our staff has contracted COVID, so they are COVID-free. So a lot of mental assurances to travelers that this is a safe place to visit. Quickly touching upon that, why Anantya? Why do you want to pick this as a destination? Because I think Kanyakumari is a destination, but a lot of things in Kanyakumari are still closed. Your Vivekananda Rock Memorial, for which people usually go to Kanyakumari, is closed. But if you pick Anantya as your destination, you have something beyond just Kanyakumari to enjoy. For instance, it's an offbeat place, like I've mentioned, with less number of people, lot of open spaces. It's only 21 cottages. Each is a cottage. There is no attached other living unit with yours. So you can be assured that when you are in your privacy of your room, it's your space. It is clean, it's hygienic, it is safe, and you can enjoy that space without any worry of any virus. It's drivable distances to a lot of places in South India. Another other unintentional features in making Anantya environmentally conscious, what we did was we opted for a lot of non-air conditioned spaces. Our reception, restaurant, games area are all non-air conditioned. So there's no closed recycled air that you are breathing in from somebody else. All those makes it very safe and convenient to travel and a lot of mental peace and security for people. The other thing I would like to highlight is how we have a lot of activities within the property and just right outside the property. So you don't have to travel long distances again to be able to enjoy some activity beyond traveling. Let's take this, out of the way first before we can talk about the beautiful stuff you can enjoy. So this is priority. Guest safety is definitely in these times 100% priority. And what I emphasize to my staff also is that it is not simply guest safety, it is also their own safety, because it's only when they ensure that they are safe, they will be able to provide that same safety standards to the guest. So we have to, as a hotelier, we have to consider the safety of everyone at the property, which includes the staff as well as the guest. So our safety protocols are just like the government protocols, which we insist on very strictly, because it is a requirement for everyone who's at the property. So staff is regularly temperature checked as soon as they arrive for work. Mask is mandatory for the staff. Mask is provided by the resort, and sufficient masks are provided to replace theirs continuously. We give pocket hand sanitizers to the staff so they can use it when they take the mask off. For some reason, they will use their hand sanitizer before they put it back on. Staff has to wash their hands regularly. And if they are in a place where they cannot wash their hands, they're moving around, then they use the hand sanitizer to sanitize their hands. In the premises, hand sanitizers are available at every entry point, to the restaurant, to the common areas, to the reception. All touch points are frequently sanitized. One advantage we have is we don't have long corridors with people walking, so we don't have to sanitize those kind of touch points. The only small touch points would be in your restaurant or in the games area, where it's wiped down, cleaned, sprayed and cleaned periodically after every guest uses a table. That table is wiped down, sanitized before another guest will use it. Our tables are sufficiently distanced so that social distancing is really not a problem there. Spa and pool facilities are currently not available because we are do not want any spread from those areas where touch points are likely to be higher. But instead of the pool, what we can offer, and we do offer the guests, which is being widely used, is swimming in the lake. We have segmented a portion of the lake which is flat and can safely be swum by guests. So that is one popular activity now, is swimming in the lake, going back into nature actually. Now, with that out of the way, safety is no longer a concern. You know you're safe. What can you do to enjoy when you're at Anantya? So we have 21 lake-facing villas. Each villa has its own unique feature that offers the guests some amount of luxury, something different to experience. So we have guests who come back to us repeatedly for another category of room, only because they say there is some feature in the room that we have not experienced before, so let's try it out. So my entry-level cottage is the Chakra cottage. These, as you can see, they're spaced apart widely. There is no contact between one cottage to the other. Large open windows let in a lot of light. Veranda, so you can enjoy your outdoor experience without mingling too much with other people either. These are the interiors of the room. We have 7 of these Chakra cottages. They also come in twin beds, so you have a little family group or maybe a small corporate group which wants to travel in these times, because I'm finding that corporates also want to build small team building activities to increase the morale of their employees. So these rooms work well for them. It also has this nice garden / yoga space where guests can enjoy their own private space without again interacting with other guests. This is the next category, which is the Siddhi Villa. This category onwards, every room is in its private walled garden. So you close the door of the garden space, and the entire garden with a lake view, plenty of outdoor space to sit and enjoy, and the room is all your private space. And you can have room service come, deliver the food right outside, and you collect it yourself. The clearance will be done outside, so you don't have anybody walking into your villa, into your garden. That is your private space for as long as you're there at Anantya. So it provides a lot of leisurely activities for the guests, spaces for them to have their private enjoyment without interacting and mingling with staff or worrying about anything. This cottage has a lily pond and a patio, as well as an outdoor shower. This is the lily pond with the patio. It faces the lake, so you can just sit there for hours and enjoy, read a book. Children like to run around. It's a nice, comfortable space for the family to enjoy. Now, this is the Veda Jacuzzi Villa, which is the next higher category, which comes with your private jacuzzi. Here we offer many turn-down services. So if somebody's celebrating an anniversary or a birthday, we light up candles and do a special turn-down service, quite popular with a lot of guests. The interiors of the villa. Again, the lily pond with the patio and your private garden. That's the jacuzzi again. This is the highest category room we have. We have 2 pool villas with your own private plunge pool, a spacious outdoor-indoor bath space, which is a rainfall shower, very sunlit filters, a lily pond lined everywhere. So you have a lot of luxury elements in your cottage. More images of the pool villa. That is your bathroom space. You can see how it is so open, at the same time ensures a lot of privacy for the guest. There is your shower there as well as a bathtub. And that's your view from the plunge pool. This is our restaurant with a bar on top. You can see how the restaurant is quite open, well lit, lot of space between tables, so you're not rubbing elbows with anyone. We also have many spaces where we organize private dinners, and I'll show those spaces later too. In terms of food, continental, multi-cuisine, any domestic traveler can find something on the menu which they have not tried before and they may enjoy. A lot of people from Tamil Nadu try to take the Kerala cuisine because they like the local flavor there, or vice versa. This is just some images. This is the infinity pool. This is the reception area. That's the wooden walkway. It is very, very photographed by a lot of guests. Okay, in terms of activities at Anantya, we offer a plantation walk with a nest photo opportunity. This has become quite popular. A lot of people have gone to tea plantations. They've gone to, they've not experienced rubber plantations. So rubber plantations are different. They look like forest almost, tall trees. They don't, this is a unique thing for people to see. They see how the rubber tree is cut, milk is collected, processed. So fun activity for the family, walk through nature, also a lot of open spaces. So it's a 2 hours trek into the plantation with a lot of interesting stories to hear, interesting things to see. So a lot of people take that experience. Now, in terms of things to do outside the property, your tourist destinations which are visitable right now, Padmanabhapuram Palace, which is the most popular thing closest to Anantya, is closed. But the Tiruvattar temple is open. The Tiruvattar temple is the precursor to the Padmanabha Swami temple in Trivandrum. So the Travancore royal family lived in Padmanabhapuram Palace, and the Tiruvattar temple was their temple of worship. Even now, when the family does any major puja in Padmanabha Swami temple in Trivandrum, they have a similar puja done in the Tiruvattar temple as well. This temple lost a little prominence when the royal family moved to Trivandrum and no longer lived in Padmanabhapuram Palace. But the temple is very spectacular, a lot of architectural elements. The idol is the same, similar, not the same, similar to the idol in Padmanabha Swami temple. The difference being Vishnu here is contemplating the creation of the world and has not yet created the world. So there is no Brahma rising from his Nabi, but you will see Brahma in the Nabi rising in the Padmanabha Swami temple. So very spiritual space, one of the 108 Divya Darshanam spaces also. So in terms of religious, also cultural interest, it is quite interesting to visit. Rest and relaxation. So right now everybody is stressed. COVID has put a lot of pressure on people. So wellness holidays are popular. Guests are looking at taking relaxed vacations with some element of a massage that can be organized for the guest as well. Celebratory stuff is very popular at Anantya given our beautiful location. This is our private dining space by the lakeside. We can set it up for couples who want to celebrate an anniversary or a birthday. Other activities to do would be elephant bathing. The elephant comes to the property. This photograph is taken on site. So the elephant comes to the property and you can bathe the elephant. Cycling is quite popular. You can take the cycles around the property itself or even outside. You can combine that with a picnic lunch. Some other interesting things to do is that we have a water swing. Guests spend hours on the swing. You get wet playing, you splash the water. Very popular even with adults, not just children. This is the nest photo opportunity where you can take the plantation walk and you end up here and you can take a spectacular photograph right on the top. We can organize a picnic lunch for the guests. If they want to do a cycling plus a picnic lunch, then they will take their cycles. Our staff will follow with the picnic basket and set up a picnic for them. Latest experience we've offered is a floating breakfast tray. This is available only in the pool villa. So there is a tray with your breakfast set up. It's a concept which is very popular in places like Bali, and you can enjoy your breakfast while in the pool. And of course, most people like to lounge and do absolutely nothing at Anantya and just rest and relax and enjoy the food. So that's also a possibility. Thank you very much. That's the...
Thank you, Lavanya. Now, after seeing your presentation, I wanted to be on my shoe on the wheels to your property. Because just seeing itself is impressed. I understand what will be the mindset when we are there with the village, with the nature, with the birds, with all kind of facilities. It's excellent. Thank you very much. Now, there is a question from Mr. Rangachari sir to Lavanya. Have you started boating in your resort, which is very much liked by the resident? Lavanya.
Sorry, Rangachari sir, we don't have permission. It is a government lake, so we don't have permission for boating. So we don't have boating on the property.
And there is one from Mr. Rajesh sir from asking, please share today's presentation of both properties and full session recording. Rajesh sir from Mountain Trails, Kolhapur, Maharashtra. Sundar, this is for you.
It will be hosted in the SIHRA's YouTube channel and we will send them the link.
Okay. Is there anyone who wanted to ask any question? Please, you can raise your hand and then or you can ask your questions by question and answers. Somebody says it's both wonderful property.
I see a question asking how far is Anantya Resorts from Kanyakumari? It's about an hour and 10 minutes drive.
Yes.
Right now in Kanyakumari, the Vivekananda Rock Memorial is not open, but the beach is accessible. You can go to the beach. Some of the stores, the handicraft stores which are right around the beach, those are also open. So it is actually a nice time to go to visit sunrise and sunset because you don't have any crowds of people. It is a good time to go in that respect, but you will not be able to go to the Rock Memorial and the Tiruvallur statue. But other than that, yes, it is.
Lavanya, there is one question from Venkateswaran. Does Anantya offer special rates for tour operators? Any fab tour proposed?
Yes, we do have special rates for tour operators, very much in line with our brethren there. We don't have any FAM tours currently proposed, but we do offer individual FAMs. If any particular tour operator is interested in a FAM, we can arrange that and speak them directly. But none organized as a package right now.
And there is a question from Mr. G. Vasudevan. Don't you have tribal program in your resort, Lavanya?
Oh, some people seem to know my property better than I do itself. Yes, we do have the Kani tribals live very close to the property. In fact, before this was rubber plantations, a lot of more Kani tribals used to live there. Now they live in a small belt close to the reserve forest, and they do have a very unique way of living, unique cooking style. So we organize cooking demonstrations, tribal cooking demonstrations at the property, and you can also go to the tribal area and visit the tribals and witness their lifestyle and enjoy, interacting with them. Yes, that is possible.
One Mr. Prasanna Durai is asking, what is the Lavanya? What is the best season to visit?
All year round.
COVID is the best season because you can relax with the nature, with the village. Nothing can be better season than this.
Yes.
Now,
Sir,
Mr.
we have some people on live.
Okay, right. Okay, they can ask question now. I will just read one more question. Rajesh Genpul has said both properties are very nice, very useful presentation. Sundar, thanks to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah,
can I ask? Can I?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Please.
Yeah, I must first of all thank Sundar sir for organizing such a wonderful webinar. It's very informative. Though we have seen these properties, but still it is nice to learn more about it. So my question is to Lavanya. See, like you said, the Thiruvattar temple is one of the attractions. I've personally visited that temple. It's a very nice temple. So is it still open for to tourists or like because of COVID? And my second question is, like you have a trekking spot in the nearby forest. Is that open for tourists even now, or like it is closed?
Namaskaram, Vivichan.
Yeah.
Thank you for the questions. You know the property very well. Yes. So the Thiruvattar temple Ambalam is open. It is open to tourists. Of course, it is not tourists, but the idea is that people who are going for the religious purpose. So yes, it is open. Regarding the trekking spot, yes, that is also very much possible. I think you're talking about the Kalimalai Kurichimalai trek that we offer. That is also very much doable.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah. Okay, thank you and all the best.
Babijan, thank you.
Yeah,
This is Kannan.
Yeah.
Lavanya.
Yeah, Mr. Sudarshan.
Yeah,
Introduce
Lavanya.
yourself.
Yeah,
Introduce yourself and your
unmuted.
company.
Yeah, unmuted.
No, introduce your company and yourself.
Yeah, Lavanya, this is Sudarshan from Beyond Boundaries.
Good morning.
Morning. It's actually good afternoon.
I know, lost track of time there.
Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to ask you, you have so much of greenery around your property. What about insects, mosquitoes? Do you disinfect quite often?
So in terms of insect and mosquitoes, we have a fumigation that we do with a natural fumigation. We do not use any chemicals. We will see an occasional insect in the lily pond because we don't want to put chemicals and kill the insects in the lily pond. But we do not have mosquitoes because it is a freshwater lake. The lake water is not stagnant water, so don't have mosquitoes at the property.
Thank you.
Lavanya, I want to ask you a question.
Yes,
Is your swimming pool in the COVID time open, but not swimming pool now?
Kannan sir, I couldn't hear you. Swimming pool, and I didn't hear you beyond that.
Is the swimming pool, both the properties, both Grand and your property, is the swimming pool is in use now during the COVID?
So the current restriction from Tamil Nadu is not to operate the pools, sir. So we are closed. Otherwise, we are most welcome to keep the entire resort open for the tourists to use. But unfortunately, certain restrictions have been placed, and we are following the same, sir.
Okay, that's what.
Same here, sir. The government restrictions so far are the swimming pools are not open, so our pool is closed. But the alternative we have to offer to the guests, they can go swim in the lake, and that has become very popular. We've segregated a portion of the lake which is only 3 feet deep and for a wide distance, and that has been marked off as well. So guests are going to swim in the lake instead.
Sir, any more question from anyone?
My question is to Sam.
Yeah, yes, Mr. Sudarshan.
Yeah, Sam, I just wanted to find out, do you offer cycles on rent to reach Mahabalipuram?
Mr. Sudarshan, we are right in Mahabalipuram. We do have our own cycles where the guests are allowed to take and move around in Mahabalipuram.
Okay, that comes free of cost, is it?
We charge 100 rupees for an hour, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
So that the cycle is
Mr.
not free.
See,
I thought it was an incentive from the hotel, from the resort side.
No, this is their, they have kept it in Mahabalipuram itself.
Okay, okay.
In the monument side. Am I correct, sir?
Yes, it is accessible by cycling through the monuments too. Yes, you can do that.
No. Do you have the cycles are in your hotel, in your property? Not
Yes,
in the
we have it in our resort, right?
Okay, that's it. Okay.
We have Mr. Swami.
I've been very Sundar. Good morning. It's still not noon. Lavanya, it was a wonderful presentation. Okay.
Thank you.
Very good. Of course, we use the Mahabalipuram property much, but we can do much better with Anantya when things open up.
That would be very welcome.
Very good. Hello, Kannan. Nice to see you.
Hey, so Swaminathan.
Yes.
They have not done anything. The nature they have just presented.
No, I think
they have the lake. They have the village. They have everything, plantation, everything there, which they presented in a better way. Correct.
Yeah, no, I think you must give credit to them because they carry
I
the
do.
image of the
I
destination very
already
well.
said that's one of the best resort during the COVID to go and stay because you have a free oxygen there. You can smell, and the beautiful lake is there. Beautiful, river, temple is there. The property, usually your mother, when you are a child, they make a lullaby to make you sleep. But here the birds give you the supramadam to wake you up. So nothing else better than this property.
Including the people. Management is also good. That matters, no, when you promote.
Yes.
And our cycles are also free, sir. We don't charge for the cycles.
Very good. Very
We
nice.
have Mr. Kawaljit Singh Merulla.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir, go ahead, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, I just want to know, like,
Sir,
you
introduce
have
yourself,
something.
sir. Sir, introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Kawaljit Singh from La Passage to India, Bangalore.
Yes, sir.
So I just want to know, you have any packages for work from farm, like, since it looks like a very good, place. I'm sure you can, work out some, long stay farm packages, which will help, people from ex-Bangalore to travel for at least a week. Something like, where you'll have connectivity, all kind of facilities. You have something designed for that, some packages?
Is this specific for Grande Bay, or are you checking with Ms. Lavanya about this
He was
project?
asking about Lavanya.
All right, okay, sure.
Sat Sri Akal, Kanwaljit Singh. I'm yes, for long stay guests, we do. In the past has always been Ayurveda guests for us, but right now we have changed our model to allow entertain also our corporate guests who can stay for longer periods of time. We can make all arrangements. I can sync up with you outside of this call and we can discuss and see how we can promote that through your company as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. I think, Swami sir, you need to unmute.
Yeah. Sorry. Mr. Kannan, with your permission, I'm taking a question from Lavanya.
Yes, please go ahead.
What is the sense, because you are more into international marketing, that's why I didn't ask Sam. You also venture abroad as a group. What is the response you are getting? Most of the response everybody knows, but just to know from your side also, when you expect inbound? I know when India opens, COVID, all those things, but when you are in connect with nutshell, when you are in connect with the overseas partner, what's the feedback they are giving? What is the expected time?
So you're being too humble asking me that question. I should be asking you that question.
I know the answer. I know the answer, but it's good to know from everybody, because we are every day taking, so good to know.
Swami, yesterday I was just watching a show of German TV. One of the scientists said, you have to live with the COVID and with the mask. It's not going to go till next October. He says, when they asked a question, which country you feel it's going to be very difficult to handle, he said India because of the population, and both France and a second wave they closed. Now they are locked down. Austria is in lockdown. Germany is also going to go lockdown. So as far as inbound is concerned, unless otherwise there is a vaccine, it's going to be very difficult for people to travel to India. That's a thing, because we have already got cancellation till December, because nobody wants to travel now because it's too late to decide anything for them, because any cancellation they have to do before 35 days. So it's going to be a very difficult task for us, but we have to face it. We have no other choice. But only thing is, now it is a time for you to promote domestic tourism. You have to make people to understand that COVID is going to be with you, with the mask, with the social distance. You can go out and you can venture. If you sit at home, as I already read in the American scientist thing, if you are going to sit at home, your immune system is going to go down. You have to go periodically outside, and then you have to venture. That's what he is very clearly saying. Immunity is greatly weakened by constant stay in sterile environment. Even if you eat food that strengthens immunity, please leave your home regularly for any park or beach. So we have to educate the public. We have to educate the people to come out with the social distance, with the mask. This is the only way we can now survive. As far as inbound is concerned, it's going to be very difficult till unless otherwise we have a vaccine. Because as you know, Swami, most of the travelers who come from Europe are above 60. They're all mostly retired people who save money. So they are all very much afraid of coming to India now at this stage. Not even India, even to France, because they already have a second wave. The only place where they are now visiting is Italy, in spite of all these things.
Another point is this quarantine. You know, somebody doesn't want to come on a holiday and be in quarantine, spending their time in quarantine instead of seeing places. That's again a big point. The quarantine rule has to be relaxed. That's again a major issue.
Quarantine is even for domestic.
There is a question from Mr. Ravichandran. Kanan sir, there is a question from Mr. Ravichandran. He is asking, what's the current COVID restriction to travel to Tamil Nadu?
Currently is that you can come for 72 hours if you are a business traveler without any problem. Kerala is 7 days, but in Tamil Nadu it's 72 hours. And for others, you have to have 14 days quarantine either at home or at the hotel.
Get a e-pass now for Tamil Nadu.
You are asking e-pass. E-pass is available. You can apply for an e-pass. They are giving e-pass now according to their choice and will, by seeing the reasons. But e-passes are now very easy to get. They are giving to everybody because they don't want to restrict. But the quarantine cannot be stopped if you're on a tourist or any other purpose.
We are pushing the
Mr. Krishnan.
We are pushing the government, sir, and we expect some more relaxations in the first week of October, probably the 1st October. So the e-pass and to Nilgiris and Kodaikanals already e-pass has been given. So we expect more relaxation from the government, including opening of monuments as well. So we are pushing on that.
Mr. Kannan, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Kisha.
Sundar, Lavanya, Sam, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
This is Krishnan from LPT Chennai.
I'm Krishnan from LPTI. This is one of the very nice presentations I've seen on Grande Bay and Anantya. Thank you so much, and very precise at this time as to with so much of reassurance on COVID. Like Mr. Kannan started, immunity enhancement is at the park and the beach. I think this is both properties are the most ideal destinations to visit now. I wish I can visit Anantya now. I know we can go to Sam anytime we want. But
you're always welcome, sir.
Grande Bay has always been my favorite destination in Mamallapuram. Like Mr. Kannan said, you know, it's built with so much of fondness by the owners, Mr. Janandran. He used to be there almost every day while it was being constructed. along with Mr. Setu, and very beautiful property. Of course, Anantya is one of the magnificent properties I've seen so far.
Thank you.
It's one of the very nicely done resort, and the experience to go into that to the surrounding is so much. I think you can easily stay for 3-4 days. And the plantation, rubber plantation visit, what I've seen is so authentic. It's so good, rubber plantation visit. I think it's one of the nicest things to do there. I just want to say thank you so much. And I had my colleague Kavaljit Singh from Bangalore. He normally speaks only in Tamil, so I don't know why he spoke in English actually. So he's
Probably you're there.
Huh?
Probably you're there. He would have seen you. So,
No. Tamil பேச முடியும். I wanted to push more cosmopolitan guests because inbound is anyhow off. கொஞ்சம் touch போயிடுச்சு, so I thought let us speak.
Sir, we are happy that you didn't speak in Kannada because we don't understand.
No worries, no boundaries now. Thank you.
We have Mr. Sushil Das.
I think Singh, you've been to Grande Bay. I think he has been to Grande Bay, and
yes,
he has
lovely
stayed
property
there with you, and very nice thing. And so, thank you so much, SIHRA. I just want to say thank you to SIHRA for bringing such a combination, and I think we are going to look more for such opportunities to refresh ourselves, to see such beautiful properties, to motivate people like tour operators to promote now. So I think it's going to take more time for inbound to come, so we can do a lot of domestic into such properties. Thank you, SIHRA. Thank you, Sundar.
Thank you, sir. We have Mr. Sushil Das. Please go ahead, sir.
Unmute your audio.
Sorry, sir. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I want to speak here. I just want to listen here because I'm very young, a tour operator from Kerala. So I'm not sure what I will say here. So anyway, I'm from Calicut, Kerala. So I'm a travel agent, tour coordinator. So now I'm stuck like everyone. So I'm not traveling anywhere. I have a lot of cancellation. Last March, April, May, I have 3 tours. So why I joined for the SIHRA because last trip I was planned to come Chennai. So I want to know about more hotels in Chennai. So that's why I connect with this SIHRA. So I got some ideas also. I got some details of hotels. Yeah. So maybe this pandemic will go soon and we will come back also at any point. So thank you for connecting me.
Mr. Sushil Das,
yeah.
I think you said you are a new entrant in the business. The idea of this webinar, we mentioned that interaction with the colleagues means, so the people who are in the screen today, it puts together about 200 years of experience. So they have been in and out of the tourism business in South India, especially Mr. Kannan, Mr. Krishnan, Mr. Swaminathan, Baby Chin, and all these people are veterans in this industry. And we wanted to disseminate some sort of a knowledge how we can promote South India. So we all know everything, everyone knows everything, but we don't know today whether the destination is ready or the property is ready. So everybody has to start from scratch and learn whether the property is destination and all that. So SIHRA is making this effort, to know the hotels in South India, and this is what really beneficial. So instead of continue to blame the government and associations and various other things, in a small way that we can help 2 people to kickstart a movement that will become a movement, and then everybody will start following that. So we all should contribute, convince people these are all the safe destinations. Hotels are safe, and push people to move to these destinations. That is the whole intention of this webinar. Anyway, thank you for joining.
Yeah.
I think Kannan sir, we should wind up with this time.
I only wind up with saying that probably all of us, for tour operators or whoever they are, we should start moving out with our families or with our friends slowly to certain destinations like Anantya, Grande Bay or somewhere. You should start doing 2 days or something, so that once it started, I think everybody will start going slowly. We should take the initiative and we should educate the people. The fear should go out of their mind. They should try to live with the COVID for some more time with the social distance and with the mask. There is no other choice for us. We cannot sit at home and get our immune systems stopped. So this is the best way we have to do. With that, sir, Babichan, you wanted to ask something?
Yeah, I want a little more clarification on the clarity on the COVID protocol for the clients or travelers or visitors crossing the border of Tamil Nadu. As you said 72 hours without quarantine, right? You can go in,
Yes.
come
That's
back.
for you have to say business. You have to say business. You cannot say tourist.
Okay, business. Okay, business purpose. You can go go in and come out in 72 hours. Otherwise, if you exceed, you have to go quarantine, right?
Yes, either in the hotel or at the home or relative, whatever it is.
Okay, thank you.
Baby Chan, the reality is, although that they are asking for an e-pass, the government rules are that the e-pass is required. What we are finding is that when you're traveling from Trivandrum onwards to Anantya, to cross at Amaravilla checkpost, there's nobody even asking for the e-pass at that place.
Oh, that's the case.
So most of our guests are coming and going with no e-pass being checked at all. We just asking the guests to apply for it as a precautionary measure, but it is not being checked at all. So there is more on the ground, more mobility of movement than is being mentioned otherwise.
Yeah, but that's probably because Anantya is close to. But when you come to Chennai, it may be different because.
That is true. That is probably true. I'm specifically over there.
Baby Chan, the e-pass is being given instantly, and there is a column which says tourism. So you can apply for an e-pass, and it's kind of instant approval, I believe, nowadays. It's a matter of across.
Okay.
Just Baby Chan, to confirm it, I have applied a e-pass yesterday. The moment you fill up, immediately you take a printout.
Okay.
But traveling by flight,
I just wanted to go up to Kambam, so I thought of just checking on this.
You just say business. Nobody is going to question you whether you go for a business or something.
Yeah.
Just say business.
It is for business.
Yeah, that's it. 72 hours they give. Because see, for Tamil Nadu, we have a problem. I go to Bangalore, I get an e-pass, but I have to have another e-pass to come back to Tamil Nadu. That is the problem. For Tamil Nadu, when I go out, I have two e-pass, one to Karnataka, one to back to Tamil Nadu.
Yeah.
No, it's the same everywhere, Mr. Krishnan. Sorry, Mr. Kannan, it's the same everywhere.
Oh, I don't know, but Kerala, you have two e-pass. You have to take.
Yeah. While say that you need to have one for Tamil Nadu. When you come back, Jakarta, we have to register for Kerala. It is already there. Just to trace the person. So it's very easy these days. Only thing you have to take, if you feel risk, you have to take it. Otherwise, it's good to travel, good resorts. So better.
Okay, any other question?
Karnataka is not requiring e-pass anymore.
Yes. So somebody is asking for your contact, Lavanya. 2-3 requests has come that they need.
Sure, I can put it in the chat.
Yeah, quickly put it. I see Mr. Rangachari, sir, on the line. He wanted to come. Sir, do you want to say something? We couldn't see your face. You have to unmute yourself, sir. Sir, you have to unmute yourself. Okay. So, Kannan sir, I think we can close it. It's 12:10.
Okay. Yeah. So, I would like to thank SIHRA for an excellent initiative they've taken, including Mr. Rangachari sir and Sular, Lavanya and Sam, and all the participants who have taken interest in coming in and looking at the presentation. I think thanks to SIHRA, thanks to all.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
Lavanya.
you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Sam, for the lovely presentation.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you all
Mr.
for
Sundar, once
spending
again.
time.